Hello, my name is Kendall Thomas. For my project, I sat down with multiple students, past and present, that has attended Brockton High School. Brockton High School is one of the biggest high schools east of the Mississippi River. 4,000 students attend this high school, and not many of them get the opportunity to voice their opinion. This time, students that I will be interviewing will be able to have the opportunity to speak their mind and opinion about the school system.
As of right now, I say it is a drastic change, maybe for the worse. I would say there are a lot of things that we had as far as freedom-wise as students, and we had maybe more of a larger outlook on certain things. We had teachers that would be able to kind of back us up with how we looked at certain things. So I think now it's kind of limited, and it's also very strict as well. A little too strict to the point where nobody really knows who they want to be and what they want to focus on in their academics. So I think it's changing for the worse, to answer your question.
I feel like it's organized and unorganized at the same time. It's organized where we're able to have a system where we can have kids in this set of classes, in this class, like CPA honors. I think that's pretty organized. But when it comes to teaching, I feel like there's not enough teachers that really care about the students. I feel like there's some teachers that only care about the money and the power of just overtaking a classroom, just being a leader, but not really helping the students. I've had teachers that never really learned how to compromise with the students' ideas, and I've also had I've had teachers where they listen to their students. They hear them out. They listen to their problems. They also help them. That's what teachers are supposed to do. You can't just be a teacher. Yeah, you have the knowledge you have, which you learned from college and everything, but are you actually helping the student? Because what's going on outside of school may affect what they're doing in school.
I feel like that the teachers and the students could be more connected and we can intertwine more. I feel like we just show up to this class and then leave. You feel me? Like the teacher just lectures us about the subject, about the topic they want us to learn, and then we leave. You feel me? Like there's no real connection. There's too much students. I feel like there's too much students for our teachers to even come to us on a one-on-one. You feel me? So we could talk, so we have to take time from our out of school life.
Alright, so what do you think the school system could do better on how students are being taught, in the big classrooms?
I would say being more versatile. I would say using more outside resources other than just the internet and other than using different students as well. I feel like we have a lot of teachers in the school system who only go with what they were taught with, and they don't want to use what they want to say to their students. There are some teachers who I know who are, really great with what they do, and they have so much to say, but they don't know how to say it without it moving into a negative type of level. So I would say the teachers and the staff should be more versatile and be more open to the students, to let the students feel as if they can share what they have to say on their mind as well.
Classroom ratio should be a lot smaller. There should not be 30 to 40 kids. That should be for college level. Of course, it's going to be lecture halls where it's going to be like 40, 50 kids, but we're in high school. They're in high school. They're still developing. They're still learning. They should be in a smaller classroom size, and that's how teachers will be able to interact with students a lot closer, instead of teachers just dealing with almost 90 to 100 kids a day, because there's multiple periods, multiple classes, so it's harder.
Yeah.
Less students in classrooms, definitely, because there are way too many children for one teacher to care about. But I know this is a whole budget issue, so.
I feel like smaller classrooms would actually be a good idea, because I feel like, especially, next year, with the lack of funding, the classroom's going to be a lot bigger, and teachers aren't going to be able to tend to each student individually. There's going to be a lot of, talking at the classroom, and there's not going to be a lot of interaction between student and teacher, and I feel like that's like essential, when it comes to education. So when you have a classroom of 45 students, one teacher, that doesn't make any sense. I feel like in a perfect world, a classroom should only have like 3 to 10 students in it. That just makes sense to me.
I feel like smaller classrooms would be a better idea. Like I said, you get to intertwine more with your teacher. You feel me? You can have more of a connection. You get to know them personally. You know what I'm saying? I feel like the best relationships are built off the best friendships. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like you could learn more about just life in general. I feel like school is more than just being taught about, you know, math, history, English. I feel like school should be taught more just life in general, you feel me, life-wise. And having smaller classes will help us with that.
I stated to my peers that I interviewed my personal solution to the school system. I stated that the classroom should be divided based on learning styles, simultaneously causing class size to decrease. Then I allowed them to voice their own opinions on that statement.
So I think I can agree with what you're saying. I think style-wise is different, and that is something that I think I brought up earlier, that a lot of teachers don't follow. They just follow the same curriculum, the same format. And it's getting to the point where it's exhausting, and it makes every student feel as if we're talking to the same person. You know, I think each student should come into a classroom and feel like every teacher is somebody that can bring something different to them, no matter what academic course it is. You know, you might have a math teacher that is like your homeboy or homegirl. You might have an English teacher that is really open-minded and they think beyond the academic section of literacy, whatever it may be.
Yeah, that's what I feel. If the children have a child has a better connection to the teacher, that would make the foundation way more solid. So if you feel like that's something that's gonna help, I'm totally behind that. I feel like that's a great idea.
That could definitely work, like, in the sense that students, they may feel like they can't like really find their potential. I feel like a lot of kids, they have low self-esteem, you know what I'm saying, especially me, because, you know, throughout middle school and elementary school, I couldn't really find myself because not only was I not putting in, like, taking the initiative to find what I was good at, my teachers weren't helping me either, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like if we find out what kids are good at and base their education around that, you know what I'm saying, it would make a lot more sense than just giving every single student the same exact curriculum, you know what I'm saying?
That would be better because CP, CPA, honors, you feel me? That in a way I feel like it discourages the student. I feel like you feel like you're less smart if you're a CP student and you're trying to talk to an honor student. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that they feel like that they don't have the same, you know, expertise or just the same level of thinking, period. I feel like if you put them together inside, you know, groups like you said, like the pace of learning, you feel me? You guys are all together and you're not inside classes where people may be, you know, smarter than one another.
Definitely, that's a really good idea because I've been in classes where, like CPA and math, I was kind of down there. Everybody was up there. I wasn't getting the best grades that I could. Everybody else was getting C's or above. I was in the D range for math, and I feel like when it comes to kids that need a lot more help, I think they should be separated because it kind of just shies away from them being able to keep up with the class and they're just behind everyone else. So I think that's a really good idea to divide it by how you learn.
5 students at Brockton High School had said, many students struggle concentrating in large classrooms. A possible way to avoid a large population of students lacking interest in the classes will be to make class sizes smaller. More specifically, students that I have interviewed agreed that classes should reflect the student's individual learning style. The school administration should reevaluate the teaching strategies to implement the student's desires/needs. I would strongly suggest that the information I gain from my fellow peers be sufficient enough evidence to address the reevaluation of class structure and teaching methods.
And I wish whatever students that is viewing this the best of luck, and to keep working with students such as Kendall, and such as Bradley Sufran, whoever is that has a strong outlook on the school system. Because there is some things that I think we do need to change, especially in the Massachusetts school system. And I'm pretty sure we will conquer that at some point. Don't know when or how we'll do it, but at some point it will be achieved.
I'm really just hoping that in the next year or a few years from now, that the school system will be changed, classroom sizes will be smaller, and I feel like the teachers that slip should not be fired or laid off. Because I feel like a lot of those teachers were the teachers that we needed, unfortunately, but because of how long they've been here, they're not able to stay. So all I'm saying is, hopefully before I put my kids in here the next 10, 20 years, it'll be better than what I have to go through. And that's all I have to say.
The school system's budget has been brought more attention to me. I feel like I noticed the impacts of it way more. Can I talk things like that? Yeah, I feel like I've noticed the impact of it way more, and the teachers kind of walking around sad and things like that because we're not paying so much attention to education because we're the foundation. So if you're not going to build a strong foundation, then how can you build anything from it? And this school, I feel like, is where the city needs to start its foundation. And without that, we're not going to get anywhere in the city.
I feel like, you know what I'm saying, we all just need to do better, you know, in terms of just, for lack of a better word, human. Like, we just need to be a lot more genuine with each other. We just need to be a lot more truthful. You gotta take things more serious, you know what I'm saying? Listen, like, I love to joke just as much as the next man, but at the same time, I understand when things need to get done, they need to get done. And I feel like everybody should, you know, hold that mentality, you know what I'm saying, tight, protect it. Because there's too much going on in this world for us to be wasting our times. I understand we're all young, but at the same time, we gotta understand that we could die tomorrow. And me personally, I don't wanna die knowing that I did nothing, you know what I'm saying, for my people, for my family, for my friends, you know what I'm saying, for anybody that I love or appreciate. I want to know that I did something, you know what I'm saying, before I take my last breath. So that's all I really got to say. Thank you, Kendall, for having me. You know what I'm saying, it's been real.
Just the teachers could just be intertwined there, you know what I'm saying, in smaller classrooms. Yes, that means more teachers, but at the end of the day, you know, people want us kids to be educated, you feel me? They want us to have school, because school is the future, you know what I'm saying? College wants to go into college, but I feel like we can't we can't be at our max potential of learning if we're not together as one, you know, with our teachers, if we can't relate to them in a way, in a sort where they're helping us learn, you know what I'm saying? So we're not just walking in the class, and then we spend an hour in class, and then we leave to our next period. You know, and we don't talk to that teacher anymore after that class. It's just high and by.
Good. It's your boy KT, and I approve this message. Yeah, yeah.